So, we in that new year, new me season.
Yes.
But a lot of us still have some of the same goals from 2023. And a lot of y'all, and I know for sure because y'all came up to me and asked,
You
a
did.
lot of y'all wanted to start a podcast.
Yes.
I got good news for you, player. Spotify for podcasts is here for every need you have.
We've been using Spotify for podcasters since we started our podcast. It's so easy. You literally record, edit, and upload all from your phone, your computer. So no matter what your setup looks like, you can start now.
Yes, get your conversations, your opinion, your views out to the world. People need to hear you.
You can distribute your podcast to Spotify and anywhere else that podcasts are heard.
With Spotify for podcasters, you can earn money in a multitude of ways. Ads or podcast subscriptions. I mean, it's an easy way to get your visions out to the world and earn some extra pocket change.
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of this is free 99.
Yes. They don't charge you a dime. So you really got nothing holding you back. Today, not tomorrow, today, let's be heard. Spotify for podcasters.
Let's be seen. Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Host podcast.
Where we talk about conscious living, self-awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
Thank you for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
How you feeling today?
I notice I always say, before I say how I'm feeling, but I'm feeling okay. I think I'm feeling fine. I have had a lot of emotions the past couple of days. I feel like I've had a few sad days. But in this moment, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling grounded. I'm feeling alive. How are you?
I'm well. I feel more put together than other days. As of recently, I feel put together today. Like all the pieces are in the right spots today. I feel like I said, glued. I feel, like I said, well put together today. So I'm in a good mood. I really am.
That's good to hear.
Thank you. And how y'all feeling?
How everybody doing?
From the cubes or working from home?
Yeah, so wherever you are.
Yes. See, somebody was done with like a picnic listening to it. That's real peaceful too.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, we be seeing every time y'all share the podcast on TikTok, Instagram, we be seeing it and it just melts my heart, our hearts. And y'all be a vibe, like where they be at and that like just them in general be a vibe. Somebody was like, not to be dramatic, but your podcast changed my life. No, be dramatic, sis, because we need all the dramatics because to be honest, sometimes we feel like at the end of the day, we're human beings and we sometimes feel like, I guess depleted and not able to see the positive side of things. So when we hear and see things like that, comments like that, it actually like lifts us up.
It does. So keep communicating everything. And we are blessed and grateful to have this community, and we really do fuck with y'all.
For real. Before we get into the episode, though, I do want to let y'all know, if y'all haven't heard the other episode where I mentioned this, we're going to Bali summer 2024 with Black Girl Magic. I'm so excited.
You going?
I'm going. Yeah, it's a woman's thing,
Yeah, it's cool.
But Bali has been on my, I was gonna say hit list. Bali has been on my travel destination list forever. So I'm excited to finally be here for the first time and experiencing it with you all. But I'm gonna leave the link. So it's just like an interest form. I'm gonna leave a link in the show notes, or if you're watching on YouTube, in the description box, just to let us know what's popping. Like, do you want to go? What's good? So yeah, that'll be down below.
Don't miss out.
Now,
what?
Oh, go ahead. I was like, with that being said.
That's usually my line.
I know.
Now, with that being said, what we rapping about today, ma'am?
So, this man came to me about meeting yourself where you are. And I'm like, damn, that's really where I'm at too. Like, I don't feel like it's talked about enough when we're talking about spiritual being, well-being, even from a goal standpoint, meeting yourself where you currently are. So that's what we're talking about today. What does that mean to you?
Meeting myself where I am?
Yeah, because like when you talk to me, I'm like, damn, you have a way with words. And I just be like, need you to break it down for us sometimes.
Well, when I say that to myself, it's like taking me out of the future. What did I say? Like Back from the Future. That's what it kind of feels like. Back from the Future. A lot of times we think about ourselves, we think about us in a future tense. The person that we see us as that did everything that we're supposed to be doing in the now.
Yeah.
And we can get so drowned in making sure that person in the future has everything that they need, right? We're on Pinterest looking at where they're going to live, where they're going to dress. You know, we're thinking about where our mental health and where our emotions will be in that time period, whether it's, 6 months, year, 5, whatever it might be. We're thinking about everything for that person, preparing everything for them to have a really good fucking life.
Right.
You know, that Pinterest version of us, they have a really good life. But meanwhile, we're in the present just going through the motions, just kind of moving in on autopilot. So when I say that I'm trying to meet me where I am, really just come back to where I am and give that person what they need. And when I can do that, then the future me now has an actual life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if we just focus in on that image of us in the future, we'll forever just be going through the motions and not having real change. We have to step back and give the person that we are today what they need to flourish.
Yeah.
And that's what it means when I used to meet me where I'm at. You know what I mean? Now, what is the phrase "meet me where I am at" mean to you?
When you first said that, initially, I thought about emotionally for me because I'm such an emotional being, especially like being a woman who has, a menstrual cycle. My hormones, they be up and down. And so my emotions be all over the place sometimes. And I think that, first of all, that's okay. Like we are human beings and spiritual beings. So we're going to have different emotions. Like we can't expect to have the same exact emotion every single day. But with that, if I'm feeling sad today, like which I was feeling a little sad yesterday, meeting myself where I am emotionally in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have obligations, we have things that we have to do, and we have goals that we set out for ourselves. And I think, like you said, sometimes we can get so far into the future that we neglect the being that we are in this current moment, and we neglect the things that we actually need. Emphasis on need, heavy on need, because I think sometimes we can get what we need confused with what we want, and we end up just self-sabotaging in the process. But yeah, that's what that means to me.
Yeah, just giving the person that we are today care and like attention and what they need. Again, I like how you put an emphasis on what you need versus what you want. I think a lot of times, too often, we satisfy our feelings. Like you said on one episode, feelings are not facts, but they're so strong that you might believe that your feelings are right about everything.
Exactly.
So we'll try to just satisfy our feelings or our emotions with actions or thoughts, places, people that give us that feeling, but it's not really serving for what we actually want to be.
Yeah, it's a false sense of, I guess, need.
Yeah, it's just a false floor. It's like you think you're standing on something right now, but you're really not, though.
Yeah, prime example, yesterday, I was feeling sad, so I was like, you know what? I need a chai latte. So I'm going to go get a chai latte.
Go get you one.
Because, here's the thing. I was like, you know what? I'm a big girl. I'm going to make me a matcha here at home. I don't know what was going on, but every fucking matcha I made sucked. I tried twice. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm finna go to Starbucks, get me a chai. And I definitely fulfilled a want. And it's crazy because I told you before I left, I was like, Zuri, that's our youngest daughter. She just gonna drink my whole chai anyways. And she did. Because truthfully, like, I ain't need that chai. I really didn't need it. So that's just a prime example of giving yourself what you want and not necessarily what you need. Because like I said, you'll end up getting even further away from the life that you want by fulfilling wants.
Yeah, you're answering to your feelings and emotions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you get in your feelings, it's really hard to make rational decisions when you in your feelings like that. That's why it's good to process them. And like you said, you did a small want yesterday. I feel like those don't be damaging us like that.
It damaged me though because my little tummy, like,
well, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, like I feel like it'll be different for every single body, but like my little tummy can't handle like a lot of sugar and caffeine, which is very much what a chai, that the definition of a chai is, especially from Starbucks, specifically from Starbucks.
For sure.
So, yeah.
And then a person like me, my emotions or feelings, I like to feel brand new. So I like to go buy. I like to buy things.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, I'm learning now, I can put an end to that itch with something small now, like a candle. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, candles are.
Yeah, I'm back on candles.
We was off of candles for a minute because we was on Nong Champa, and we still on Nong Champa. Don't ever get it twisted.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
But candles, we went to TJ Maxx and Home Goods because that's where, if you live in an area like us where you don't have like a lot of
it's small town America.
Yeah, like TJ Maxx and Home Goods, they're gonna be the place. They're gonna be the little place for. And we found some really nice candles made with essential oils and stuff like that, and they are bomb. They're a slow burn as well. Like
yeah, for sure. Usually when you get some candles and then you burn them as much as we burn them, and you got like a day and a half use out of them.
Yeah.
Now we've been had these since Sundays, Wednesday, and we ain't even got to halfway. So
yeah.
And it's that season for the house smelling good. You're gonna be in the house. You know, let's take care of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, little sidebar.
Yes.
And like I mentioned before, I said a phrase, back from the future, is that, like I said, that mode of thinking about us in the perfect form, you know, mentally stable, physically, you looking good, you know what I mean? You smell good. Everything is right about that person in the future. Well, when we get back from the future, how do we apply the road to that person? It's to me like the biggest thing. And I think that's what most people get confused at, is like application. Like, how do we actually do something in our real life today, in this moment, to get us there? In small steps is what we need to know. I feel like we want to make big leaps all the time. You know what I mean? We want to take pole voting kind of shots towards who we want to be. And it's all ultimately just all baby steps. Putting our house together has put me back into this perspective of small steps, because it's piece by piece, and you have to take your time. If I can tell anybody, if you putting a house together or anything together, the slower you take it, the better it's gonna look in the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times when we apply things, we try to do them as quick as possible, then we just getting what we like, whatever's around. We just using whatever. But when we manifest, let go, and let time and the universe provide for us, I believe we get back exactly what we're looking for most of the time.
Agreed.
So come back from the future. Sit here with us in this moment, right? Catch your breath, because as my wife has told me plenty of times, you didn't even know that you breathe in a certain way until you notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come back. Everything is okay here. We wanted this moment. Remember, we are the future versions that our past used to dream about. So let's appreciate the moment we are in now. I know each time we get to another place, we want to think about the future person again, but let's appreciate who we are today, because I'd be damned if that person ain't been through some shit.
I'm telling you. And I think another thing about the future, and I've heard you say this before, because everything looks so beautiful there. So it's a space that we want to stay. But if we continue to stay in that future, right, living in that future, neglecting our current moment, the current situation, it's going to be hard for us to manifest that desired reality. But I think too, when we think of our future life and we get back to reality, and we compare our current reality to our future life, our future selves. And I mean, of course, the future us got everything we fucking want. So we like start beating ourselves up in the current moment. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong.
Yeah.
And like you always say, and I know it sounds cheesy, y'all gonna get tired of us hearing it, but we're gonna keep saying it because it's the truth.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
be like, it just makes sense on every level possible, scientifically, spiritually. It just makes sense. If you continue to speak, you know, gratitude and positivity into the current moment, more of that is going to manifest. It's going to expand. Like, you literally have to be grateful for everything that you have, even the smallest thing. Like, a drink of water. Because for me personally, like, I found myself when it came to manifesting, like, damn, the future looking good. Like, she looking right. But when I come back it's like,
You notice everything that's
yeah,
wrong.
it's
You
like,
notice so
what's
much.
this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, because we start to compare everything to that future version of us that, first of all, don't even exist. We're not even there
yeah,
yet.
actually don't exist.
It does not exist. So express gratitude and make small changes to embody that person, that life that you want to have.
Yeah. And I'm thinking back to older versions of ourselves that were manifesting who we are now.
Yes.
We didn't like, if you think about the old version of you, they used to dream about you in the future, and that you're in that future now, in the present. You don't even look like that manifestation.
I was gonna say
you don't
that,
even look
no.
like that, right? So when we take care of ourselves day to day and we have gratitude, we make better decisions, because our decisions ultimately shape our emotions, our lives in general. I can't stress enough how decisions are life. Like, life is just a long movie, story, however you want to put it, of your decisions
Yeah.
that you've made and we have to live with. I don't know why when people say that these are your decisions you made, you have to live with. I don't know why it feels so heavy.
I mean,
It's heavy, but it's also a great thing if you do it from gratitude too, though.
yeah.
Everything.
And not from a fear-based standpoint, which,
Yeah.
y'all, so it was Travis. He is having our oldest daughter read the 7 spiritual laws of success.
Yeah, I think she finally at the age where she can start accepting some of these truths and she can like understand things.
Yeah.
She's 11, so I think she can kind of understand. And she's starting to, her third eye is starting to awaken.
Yeah.
Like even at school, like to see like this person act this way because it's something more with them than it is these other people that they trying to like bully or whatever they doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's starting to see it. So yeah,
Just saying the word fear made me think of that.
Yeah.
Cause the way he does it, he always been like the teacher dad. Like he'll have her read and he'll ask her like, what is this? And she can actually like comprehend and explain what it was. Cause she said something about fear, something. I can't remember, but saying that word reminded me of that.
The proud spiritual mama.
Yes. I just wish though, honestly, in society that parents prioritize,
or any role model figure either.
prioritize, spirituality and just like knowing yourself, because that's what spirituality is, knowing yourself and, your environment and stuff like that. But I just wish that was prioritized more.
Yeah, especially in my life, yours, everybody's like
Yes.
all the big brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, grandmas, grandparents, just anybody who has a little influence over somebody. I feel like if you teach people to find the gold in them, then everything else in life is so much easier.
Yeah.
Love gets easier, finances get easier.
Yes.
Just coming to peace with life for you gets easier when you can find the gold inside of you. When you have to search for your value in other people, other activities and things, and then we ultimately just become a prisoner of opinions.
Yes.
So we just get trapped finding gold in other places. Back in the day, they just had a gold rush and everybody was outside digging in dirt, and you don't have to get filthy to find gold. It's in you.
Boy, you spitting today.
Oh, calm down.
You spitting today. You been gone for 2 weeks and you come back like this.
Calm it down.
But nah, that's for real though. That's real shit. I heard a quote the other day that was just saying that, and I think in a literal sense, but also like when it comes to knowing yourself and seeking outside opinions. I think it's actually either Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. I'm not sure. Could be neither. But the quote was, a man who is friends to everyone is an enemy to himself.
Yeah. We said that to baby girl the other day.
Yeah.
Like, giving everybody around you peace and then being in conflict within yourself is just adverse. At this point in my life, I'd rather be at conflict with everybody and in peace with myself about the decision.
I'm telling you.
Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Because I feel like I used to kind of be a people pleaser.
Yeah, I for sure was. I ain't even going cons. I for sure I just wanted for it to be a good situation for everybody, and certain people was just not making it that way. And I should have just, probably just disconnected me and whoever from that situation.
Yeah.
All together.
Yeah, no matter what, you're never going to be able to please everybody, and that shouldn't be your goal in the first fucking place.
But it is so many times.
Yeah, I've been there. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. So we're getting to the holiday season, the end of year season, and a lot of anxiety can come up during this time. I know me personally, I'm going back home next month for the holidays. When I go back home to visit family, sometimes it brings up a lot of unresolved trauma and experiences that I just don't want to relive, but somehow end up floating back up to the top. So sometimes there's some sadness and anxiety, and that is okay. That's natural. I found that adding something new or positive into my life can really help counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot amid all of the stress and change, something to look forward to make you feel grounded and to give you the tools to manage everything going on during this time. After adding therapy to my life, I really noticed that I was just able to handle myself better and just give myself everything that I need, such as positive coping skills and setting boundaries, not only for myself, but also for other people. I really give a lot of credit to therapy as one of the tools that really pushed me to be the best version of myself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, you should definitely give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/FTHH today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/FTHH. This episode is sponsored by Seed. If you're not a stranger here, or if you are tuned in to any of the other platforms where I share my life at, you know that gut health is something I don't play about. I've been taking Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic for probably about, I would say 3 years now. I can't say this enough, but it has completely improved my overall well-being. Things like bloating, digestive discomfort, healthy and regular stool quality. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. If this is your first time hearing about Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic is a broad spectrum probiotic and prebiotic formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains for whole body benefits, including gut, health, and heart health. It's engineered to survive digestion. Their patented capsule ViaCap technology optimizes viability and delivers a precision release to the colon. No refrigeration required. Like me, Seed prioritizes being nice and kind to the planet that we live on, so they also have a sustainable refill program. When you enroll, your refills will ship 3 or 6 months at a time, and you will save up to $90 annually. Seed's DS-01 Symbiotic is a non-negotiable in my routine. No matter what, I don't care what's happening, I'm going to take my DS-01 every single day. Period. Visit seed.com/forthehealthy and use code FORTHEHEALTHY to redeem 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. That's seed.com/forthehealthy and use code FORTHEHEALThy. And when you are finally in the current moment, which is a really important place to be, I can't express that enough. But when you're finally back in the current moment, you can finally begin to start accepting shit, and analyzing and accepting things about yourself, things about your environment and where you currently are. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, all the things.
Absolutely. The old saying is your shit don't change till you get up and
wipe your ass.
Yes, Kendrick had that in the song. I was so why do I want to say it with a singing? He did have that as a hook, but things don't change until you get up and do something about it. We can't manifest because there's a dark side to manifesting.
Which is what?
Which is just manifesting with no action.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people again, and I think that manifestation type, that where you manifest with no action, ultimately comes from your feelings acting like facts. You've been hurt in the past, so your feelings tell you ultimately deserve this thing. I don't give a fuck who else trying to get it. You deserve this because you went through a hard time.
And you don't have to go through a hard time, which I'm sure we all have been through things, but you just by existing, you deserve all good things.
Yes, like I said, with the feelings leading the way, telling you you've been hurt, so you deserve this. Now you just feel like it's supposed to come to you because of pain that other people cause, but that is not so. Like our feelings aren't facts, and our manifestations have to have some type of actions to them. You know what I mean? It's just a dangerous part of manifestation that some people get caught in that loop. They feeling like I said, they deserve so many things with nothing put behind it.
Yeah, faith without work is dead.
Who said that?
I used to hear people in church say it.
What church you used to go to?
I can't remember the name of the church. I was really little. Like I just used to hear people say it. Like you can pray, but like faith without work is dead.
That's nice.
You ain't never heard that?
No, I never heard that. New Morning Star.
Yes, you have.
New Morning Star Baptist Christian Church.
They don't have Christian in it.
That's what it said on our thing.
Baptist Church.
Baptist Church Christian.
That was your church?
Yeah, I'm telling you what it said.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was it?
New Morning Star Baptist Christian Church of Haywood City,
Your
baby.
country ass.
Country ass little church.
Mine, well,
Right
see,
there.
I know mine was, I forgot, like, because it's so funny because you from Haywood City.
Yeah.
And so my family is from Wilson City, like literally a small town inside of another town. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, just like yours. And I can't remember it was something Baptist Church. I can't remember. When we got a little older, like, 14, 15, 16, it was called Prince of Peace. Shout out to Pastor Ricky Anderson, who actually looked like Rick Ross.
The fuck?
I told you this before, he looked like Rick Ross. We used to call him
Rick.
We used to call him Ross.
Pastor Simmons was my first and only pastor. He actually made me think about briefly being a pastor when I was a kid.
Are you serious?
Briefly.
Yo ass, it's just so funny because I feel like people who, and this is a good thing though, because if he made you looking at my hand on you?
No, I'm looking at you.
I feel like if he had you thinking about being a pastor, he might have been a good pastor.
Well, because as a kid, nobody really broke spirituality down to me. So I was in church and it was more like, sometimes I'd be like, yo, I'm kind of feeling what he's saying. Like, I kind of get this, you know what I mean? Then there's other times like, what is this man speaking about? Who is these people?
Yeah.
Like, what is he going on about? Like, because again, nobody walked me into spirituality. They just took us to church, and I guess that I was supposed to be hip because the ladies was passing out everywhere. And
bruh.
but that used to be,
Wow.
y'all all been, everybody been to church. But if you ain't been to black church, it's a whole nother ballpark. Black church is different than everything.
They wild, bro.
They are completely wild. But back to the point, coming back to the future, analyzing everything that's around us, and becoming aware of what we need to change in our lives. The little things, whether it be external or internal. Usually it starts internal first.
Absolutely.
Usually it's always internal. The changes that need to come about. First off, like we always say, speaking to yourself. That's the first thing. I think if anybody's going to change anything about themselves, you want to get to somewhere, you got to change the language that you use with self.
Exactly.
Right? Because you are your biggest cheerleader, coach, and critic. So you have to change how you speak to yourself. And it's small things. Like, bae won't let me say shit like,
I'm trying.
I'm
I'm like, you don't try to do anything.
And when she first started doing that shit, that used to get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, I was like, you don't try, you do.
You don't try, you do.
It's something else you say too.
It'd be like, or one day if, or when.
Yeah, if I ever.
If
I'm like,
I ever
ain't no if. You gonna do
take
X,
it.
Y, Z.
Yeah, yes, but the language, that language that you use out loud to people, and then eternally about things. When you say you want to do something, the first answer that comes into your mind, if it's positive, cool, we rolling with that. But if it's negative, we need to change that.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. I know when we are coming back from the future, done doing, well, not done. Well, I guess for the moment, all the dreaming, all the Pinterest boards, it can feel really shitty. Because it's like, even if we're like, whether it's external or internal, we seem so far away from this version of ourselves or this life that we desire. So I think it's somewhat natural in a sense to feel the way.
Yeah.
I think it is, but don't let that steer you. Don't let that drive you. Because of course we don't want to talk negative to ourselves, but I don't think that's always like, I think sometimes we can use a little bit of tough love.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, girl, what the fuck? Literally, when I was driving to Starbucks yesterday, but this didn't stop me. I kept going. I was like, I kept going. I was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? And I literally answered, was like, we're driving to Starbucks and getting a chai. It's like, well, fuck it. We, at least we tapped in and we had this conversation with ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a small one. It wasn't like a big one.
Yeah, I was like, we going to... Yeah, my stomach was hurting so bad too.
Yeah.
It was hurting.
You knew it was gonna fuck you
All
up.
I had was a few sips. I thought it would be fine.
You knew it was gonna get you though.
But yeah, so like, cause we not ones to sit here and preach, fake positivity, because it is okay when we talk about meet yourself where you are. Like,
it's okay.
Shit, like I'm feeling fucked up today, and you have to be real with yourself, because sometimes. Most of the time, all the time, being real with yourself is the only way you gonna get yourself out of some shit. Out of the shit you in.
Facts.
You gotta keep it a buck with yourself, because if not, then who else?
Yeah, you ain't gotta be negative, but don't lie.
You ain't gotta be negative, but don't lie.
If I asked you, hey, does this shirt make me look fat? Like, again, don't be negative, but don't lie. Don't look at me and say you look enormous. Enormous.
You look
enormous, wide as fuck in this shirt. Say, I think you should find something with a little more room in it, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a bar though. Don't be negative, but don't lie, because I think that's confused. Like, I think positivity can often be confused with like not
delusion almost sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be delusional to be that happy. No, you don't. You
can
don't,
be happy.
Don't lie, bro.
Yeah, just don't lie.
And like you said, don't come back from the future and then get aware of your life and hate it. Like, you building a love for the future and a hate for the moment. It's gonna be hard for you to move from hate. It's hard for anybody to move from hate.
Exactly.
But if you come back from the future, you get here and you like, in the future you like, damn man, future me had that Tesla. And you come back and you in your Honda and you like, man, I fucking hate this car. It ain't the no. Use gratitude when you come back. That's your greatest tool when you come back from the future. You say, man, I do want that Tesla, but I'm grateful as fuck that this Honda gonna get me to that money that I can go get that Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Like, use gratitude almost like a shield to defend all things. If you ain't got no money to eat out and you're angry about it, be grateful you got food in the fridge as a option, because it's some folks, they can't eat out and they ain't got nothing in the fridge.
Exactly. That just made me a little sad, but it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Like, they gotta go hustle to get a meal right now. You know what I mean? So, like, it's different. Come back with gratitude. Gratitude is a shield you can use to block all things.
All things. And the thing about it too, something I wanted to mention is that it's gonna be so hard to build that dream life, that desired life that you want, that desired reality from hate. You're never gonna be able to do it.
Never.
You can't. Ain't no way that you can create abundance from a place of hatred.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
And this is coming back from a guy who used to be a used car salesman, right? I used to sit people down, and I remember this one dude, was a black dude named Dave. And
damn, you telling the nigga
yeah,
name?
I ain't gonna tell the nigga last name where he from, but it was a black dude named Dave and whatnot. And this nigga wanted, he told me his dream car was like a Charger, like an SRT, the shit they got.
Pull up in the SRTs.
And he ain't got no credit, he got a good paying job and whatnot. I'm like, well, bro, looking at how much you make, you can't like afford the payment on the SRT and nothing like that right now. But if you get this car right here for this low ass payment, it'll get you back and forth to work. By the time you get halfway through paying it, it'll be ready to trade in with a good amount of equity in it. And you can get that, but it's going to take you about 3.5 years, you know what I mean? Getting this car payment down and building your credit up. You know what I mean? You can get there. But when this is the point about coming back from the future and using gratitude instead of hate, he hated his current car so much that he went and got the highest priced car he could that hurt his credit. He ended up repoing.
Are you serious?
Yes, because he couldn't afford it. He didn't get the SRT.
So he didn't listen to you?
No, he did not. He did not listen to me. He didn't get the SRT, and he went and got like a Ford Fusion Titanium, and the payment was like $595 or some shit like
almost
that.
$600.
Almost $600. He should have chose the car that I wanted to get him was like a Ford Focus for like $350.
Yeah,
like
that was my first car.
It was your first car.
Actually, no, it was my second car.
Second car. First car was the
Mazda. Yeah,
but if bro would have just came back to his life with gratitude to even get a newer car with the Focus, right? In 3 years, because he repoed in a year, he would have been in the SRT like he wanted to be.
He would have been in that hole now.
He would have been in by now. That's about the time period.
Yeah.
He been in right now. But like a lot of times, bro, when you hate your life and you try to make a move out of that, it always comes back to bite you. Bro.
Yes.
Be grateful for the things you have now, man. It's easier to get to the future you with gratitude than it is from a life of hate, bro. Shit crazy.
Exactly.
And another thing about cars, just buy them cash.
If you can.
If you can afford to, if you can hold it out, do it that way.
Yeah, if you can save
Sidebar.
up. Yeah.
Anyways.
From an car salesman.
From an ex-car salesman.
I've said this before, but when we're talking about acceptance, it's important to not attach yourself to the things that you are accepting and embody that particular thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like we always say, everything is temporary, and what's happening in this current moment is not always going to be happening. How you feel in this current moment is not, like, literally I'd be sad one moment, in the next moment, like, I'm good. Like, let your emotions flow, let life flow, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's a little country in me coming. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so accept, but don't attach. Because if you attach yourself, you're never going to be able to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I get you 100%. An interesting thing you said was gratitude. Like what you're grateful for now. Don't let that also be your stopping point either. Right?
What you mean?
So I tell you, like when I was, I think 21 when we had around Aubrey, I probably made about $12 an hour back then. And I was grateful for it. It helped me feed. I was a young father. I didn't have a lot. I was grateful that every week I was going to have a paycheck and my daughter would have diapers, food, somewhere to be and whatnot. I was grateful for that 12. But if I had just been like, I'm grateful for this $12 an hour. Another year passed, I'm grateful for this 12. Another year passed, I'm grateful for this. You just can't, don't let gratitude be the reason why you sitting on a number or a goal or something like that. Or becoming content. Like, I'm grateful for the $12 now, but I have to work something more.
Yeah, you can be grateful and content, but still
working towards something.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Don't ever get being like gratitude.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to like no. That's literally a sign to the universe, divine source, God, whatever you refer to the higher power as. That's literally a sign like they grateful. Let me get them some more.
Yeah.
That's what it means. That's what that is.
Yeah. He's very grateful for his $12, maybe $24 an hour. I think he'll handle it well. Let's bless him with that type thing. You know what I mean? And I did end up getting a job to make like 24, 25 an hour. And ultimately, because I was grateful enough to stick it out with jobs that were $12 an hour for a little while and shit like that. And now I'm making way more than 25 an hour. I'm making way more than I could imagine. This me right here making, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it feels good. Like you said, don't let gratitude be the reason why you get stagnant somewhere.
Yeah, I really don't think you could ever get stagnant with gratitude, though.
Maybe not, but ultimately, I just be grateful and keep working forward.
And patience is very important. Patience and having faith and putting in the work, doing like having the action. It's a word.
Motion.
Yeah, motion, I guess. Motion. Putting in the action, motion to ultimately get where you want to be, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all that good shit.
Like you said, patience. When we get the act of us getting hurt is way faster than the actual act of healing it. You get cut.
The hurt happens so fast.
Yeah, you get cut, you get burnt. It happened like in seconds. The pain is there. You can see it. But the scab that'll come over it and then the healing, the skin, that's like a month, weeks. If you get hurt good enough, it could be years before that.
And the thing about it, the scar, if it's deep enough, the scar is still there.
Yes, but like healing takes longer than the pain that you go through. So sometimes you gotta remember to be patient
with yourself for sure.
Gentle, give yourself grace, care for yourself in a certain way.
Yes,
and then don't overreact when others touch the scar. Because a lot of times people can't see your emotional scars.
Yeah.
So if they say something to you or do something to you, they don't know how badly that affects you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's communicated. But they don't naturally know that you have an emotional scar that deep.
Yeah, I literally just said this morning, I was like, I really wish my neighbor would like not yell at her children at the top of her lungs. And you said something. I'm like, yeah, I'm triggered. Because, you know, I've talked about this before, but I don't know how people are new here. But like, literally, that was my childhood, just getting screamed at. To this day, my mama still call me and scream. Not at me, but like when she's talking to me, I'd be like,
she's a screamer. When she talks, she screams. She's a screamer.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's different. I didn't have to deal with a screamer as a child. Thank God.
Yeah.
I did deal with a whooper though. My mama
You literally asked me, would you just rather have the whoopings? I was like,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I asked you, would you rather got your ass beat, nigga?
Just whoop
like
my
that.
ass at this
That's
point.
funny. Well, yeah. So just make sure you're being patient with self. When you self-aware about things, be patient. Because I know you want to fix you, but sweetheart, you didn't go to mechanic school, emotional mechanic school. You don't necessarily know how to go about healing this, but you know how to be gentle to yourself.
Yeah, we winging this shit. And day by day, the more time you invest in self, the more you'll get to know yourself and the more you know how to handle yourself.
Facts. I can't get Cleo out of my head. Promise
me was to love myself. Sometimes I lie to myself.
So you still got it. Bree can sing if y'all didn't know. She can sing.
A little bit.
She can sing. Sister Cleo be having the congregation moving in the mornings.
She does. I love her.
Absolutely.
So much.
But speaking of somebody who gives, make sure you're giving yourself grace. Make sure you're meeting yourself where you are and giving you what you need in this moment. There are certain moments where we need a little more emotional support. You know what I mean? There are times we need motivation and inspiration. Just make sure you're applying and giving yourself the things that you need, because doing an overage of anything at the wrong time could ultimately lead us to going back to our shell, to our comfort zone, and not evolving and not healing ourselves in the proper fashion.
Exactly. And something I'm so guilty of is, and I'm still growing and learning from this, is I look in my partner and just like, even like sometimes strangers, and I know it sounds weird, but I mean, even if you think about going on the internet, like you looking for strangers to give you what it is that you need in that moment. And I know it can be hard.
Yeah.
Trust me, if anybody knows, it's me. But you really have to give yourself everything that you seek from other people. Like we have to stop the external
Acceptance.
Yeah, like stop looking for that from other people, because it hit different when it's from yourself.
They actually do. And they said just slow cook you. Just let it simmer. Let it all take time. Don't rush too many things. As a rusher, I am a rusher, a professional rusher.
Yes.
I know how to, stress about wanting something so bad. And all pain comes from wanting.
Yeah.
Wanting this and wanting that. So it hurts you when you don't have it.
Yes.
Just be patient and be grateful for what you do have and supply yourself with what you need. You supply yourself with what you need. If you're lucky enough to have a good partner, they can assist in supplying you.
But it's not their responsibility.
It is
at
not.
the end of the day.
It is not their responsibility to make sure you're happy or motivated, inspired. You know what I mean? If you're taking care of yourself or not. It's not their job. It's beautiful when you have somebody
that does,
Yes. I'm lucky enough to have somebody, but I can't ultimately lean on one person to make sure I'm okay.
Yeah, 100%. And like we mentioned earlier, what you need is going to look different every single day, every week, every month. It's going to look different. And that's okay. Just be mindful of that. Be patient with yourself and give yourself what you need. Don't confuse the need with the want. Sometimes it's a little hard.
Yeah.
You might go to Starbucks like me and get that chai, get the matcha. But give yourself what you truly need. Sit with self.
Yeah.
Like, sit down and meditate. Breathe. Because from that is where you will find the truth, like the answers to what you truly need. Because sometimes you may not know what you need.
Yeah.
Just sit down with self. You ain't sat down with yourself all day. You ain't checked in with yourself all day. So no, you don't know what you need. Do that, and the answers will come to you. And then is when you can proceed to give yourself what you actually need in this moment. Not what you needed yesterday. Not what the future version of you will need today, right now, in this moment. The only moment that matters and exists.
Okay. Get me right. I like that.
I'm trying. I be trying to talk.
Now, with that being said,
thank you so much for allowing us into your space, spending time with us. It means the absolute world. Sending you so much peace, so much love, so much abundance, and everything you need in this moment. Bye. Mwah.
peace.